All right. Yay, Marvel Future Revolution. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. Game's dying, right? That seems to be all the videos that are out there. Welcome to my weekly State of My Account video. Again, I'm a day behind. You guys will be seeing this on a Tuesday morning, meaning I filmed it Monday night, not Sunday, because I didn't want to Sunday. This game is in a really precarious position. Do I still like playing it? Yes. Do I want it to succeed and continue on and carry on? Yes. Do I like my lines? Yes. But there is arguably the least going on in this game right now that there has ever been. And we'll get to that when we go inside and we'll briefly go over what's going on in game. But for the state of my account, for what is it today? September 26, 2022. You guys seeing this on the 27th. So my Black Widow is a little bit more than you saw her last week, 2.630. Last week she was a whopping 2.620. Actually, my character went way down and then came back up, which we'll discuss in a little bit. But as you see, squad rank 266. Last week I was 264. Haven't done battle challenge or anything yet. That's two rankings. Normally I was getting 3 or 4. I only added 2 to my game this week. Oh well. Wolverine's at 2.006. My Spider-Man's at 1.627. He's gone up a little bit because I've finally started to do some of his specialization traits. Like the increase the dodge rates and then the dodge to attack one specifically. Scarlet Witch should be the same, 1.591. She's got 3 pieces of Rise of the East with 1 piece to go. Captain America 1.519, Magik 1.192, and then we're getting like 1 million, nothing, 900,000, 800,000, right? So that's the state of my account. That's what my whole roster looks like. Black Widow's still my main. Let's go in and just dive right in. We're going to skip the other characters for this one because nothing's changed on them, really. Don't think I upgraded any cards. I got all of Wolverine's spec traits to 7 out of 10. I would like to push them to 10, but I'm now moving over my materials to Spider-Man to level up his spec traits. So, let's get out of here. Let's talk about the game real quick. So, when I say there is nothing going on in game, there's literally nothing. So, well, I shouldn't say literally nothing. The Omega Pass is now done. As you see, the season has ended. This was probably the longest Omega Pass we've ever gotten. Lasting, what was it, over a month. So there is 4 days and 5 hours left for people to get their stuff out, which means this goes away, disappears forever on Friday. So if we don't get some kind of information from the developers that are left about what's coming after this is done on Friday, then jump to your own conclusions, but the game's probably dead. So Omega Pass is done and over. You can collect rewards. If we go look at the store, as you see, the Groot stuff also ends. The 2 Groot stuff, right? This is really the only events going on. The wheel and then the places to get his tokens, again, ends Friday morning. Or, for me, I guess Thursday night at 11. So, 4 days left to get your Groot tokens, and then the wheel goes away, this goes away, and then all we're left with is the logins and adamantium crafting, which I can't do, which you can't do unless you spend money, or unless you haven't finished all of... what is it? Let's see. Is it Celebrate Wolverine? Mega Flight? 7 days? No. Is it this? No, Wolverine training. That was it. Unless you finish this. If you haven't finished this yet, then maybe there's some Wolverine crafting stuff to do. But otherwise, none of us can craft sheet. That's S-H-E-E-T. YouTube algorithm. Sheet. And then obviously this is going on for another 35 days, but effectively it's going on for 8 days since we're going to be at week 7 starting Wednesday. I guess this will be Tuesday. We'll get this. And then we'll have 1 week left of this, and then that's it. So, you know, the Groot wheel ends in 4 days. This ends in 7, basically 7. You see here 7 days if you've been collecting all the rewards, and then that's it. There's nothing. So that's the state of the game. Enough said. It sucks. Look at all these people just standing there, just oblivious to the fate that's over their heads. But anyways, Black Widow. All right, so since it's not Sunday night, I can't really show you where I ended in the rankings, but I can kind of remember. I think I was like 50, 51 for Spec Ops. Battle Challenge, I think I was 47. Omega War, I do believe I was in the mid-30s. I think like 35. Dimensional Duel, no, I was like 47. Dark Zone, I only did it one night last week, so I think I was ranked 128th, 130-ish. And then Squad Battles was probably my best showing, my best placing last week. And I scored, I think it was 15th. So after all these were said and done, I think I got my 1,500 crystals and carried on. I have not refreshed the perks that have expired. This Omega membership one, the middle one, is done. I'm not buying it. The premium ends in 2 weeks. Not buying it. The only one I'm going to buy is the Alpha membership, and if we get an Omega Pass, the Omega Pass. So that's $9 for me, and this Alpha memberships, I think it works out to after taxes, it's like $13.50, so really, my spending in this game is around $20 a month going forward. Until we get, and other content creators have also discussed this, unless we get some kind of, just like something to say, hey, the game's going on for this long. But if this game were to go into maintenance mode, as in no new content or whatnot, I think I would just give it up. So what is my Widow? She's a 2.63. So when I quit games, I like to purge them because I don't want any temptation to come back. So if I quit, this account is up for grabs. I got it linked to my email, so all you have to do is enter my email and we can figure it out, but we'll see. So hopefully tomorrow, tonight, Wednesday, they tell us something. But anyways, on with the show. Now that I've brought you guys all down, we're going to use that as the word of the day. It's actually going to be a phrase of the day, on with the show. So if you've made it 7 minutes in, put that down in the comments. So my Black Widow, she was at 2.62 last week. And then I dropped her actually to about 2.55, I do believe. And as you see, I did add that last nano to my headpiece with my pulls from this morning. So this last nano brought me back up above last week's skill power. Now, the reason why, if you remember last week's video, my chest piece had 2 rolls of guard damage, 2 rolls of accuracy, and a roll of attack. Right after making last week's video, I used the stat change token on this chest piece because I had some, and just luck of the Irish, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, it rolled the exact rolls that I wanted. I needed to keep, and actually no, it had 1 guard damage, 1 crit damage, 1 attack, 2 accuracy. That's what it was. I needed to keep the 2 accuracy, if not get 3. I needed to keep the crit damage, and I wanted 2 rolls of crit rate, and I got it. I got the exact rolls on this chest piece that I wanted. And that will transition us into my stats. So if you remember last week, I was at 43.7. I did lose that roll of attack percentage, hence the reason why I've dropped down a bit. Defense, don't care. HP, don't care. HP recovery, don't care. Here we go. So accuracy rate is pretty much exactly the same, about 159. That is still low. That is not capped, but I'm not re-rolling that chest piece. It's going to be stuck with 2 rolls of accuracy. That chest piece is now done. Like done. Full nano, done. Stats, perfect, done. And with getting that 2 rolls of crit rate, it bumped up my crit rate to 2% above cap. So perfect. My crit rate, boom, done. Because if you remember last week, I was at 55%. That means that I have added 20% more chance to get a crit on every attack, which is huge if you guys consider that my crit damage, you know, when I crit, the damage I'll do is 346%. Almost capped. And the reason why this went up is because I did that last roll on my head. I got that last nano on my headpiece. And I got 118% crit damage off of my headpiece. So I lost the attack roll on this, dropped my stats, put the last nano on my head, bumped them back up. Because the headpiece gave me some more flat attack and max damage rate on my nano infusion stats. So crit rate is capped. Crit damage, not going to get there unless I get some 6-star crit damage cores, which will come eventually if this game keeps going. Crit damage decrease is it can be better, but I will have I think it's, if we look, my gun, I do have 3 rolls of crit damage decrease on my gun. So given time, if I was to take this to max, what am I adding? Let's just call that 19.5. So I'm adding 1.2, 2.4, or wait, yeah, so like 3%. I can't do math. Let's just say 9% more crit damage decrease from my gun. Plus you get the defense and the range damage. So you get some defensive stats on there. So that would take my crit damage decrease to about 100%. Just off the gun rolls. Defense pierce is capped, just over capped, which is what you want to do. And my cooldown decrease is at 51.6 minus 8, so it's really only at about 42. But given time, again, these boots have 3 rolls of cooldown on them. So if given the opportunity to go to max, I'm going to gain 3, what's that, 1 point? So that'd be 7.3, so 1.2, 2.4, we'll call it 4% extra cooldown, which gets my cooldown that much closer to cap. So given time, if this character was fully nanoed, she'd be pretty, she'd be nice where she is right now. Obviously this is my PvP spec, right? PvP damage is pretty much capped, PvP damage decrease is capped. My stats are excellent for Black Widow, even though Black Widow is not meta anymore. Given time, if I could have increased these badges up, right? Like these stats don't change, but I'd get all that extra attack, defense, HP. And then given time too, all these cores would be 6-star cores. Yep. So my Black Widow is awesome. And gonna be honest here, guys, like, and kudos to you, whoever is, I can't remember your name, but you're in the Killing Joke. Was the very first match in DD I did today. He's a 1 point, I think he's like a 1.7 Spider-Man. He kicked my ass again. A 2.6 Widow getting beat by a 1.6 Spider-Man. So if I, given the gold, and I only have 12 million gold, given the chance, I would, at this point, I think, like to switch to either Wolverine or Spider-Man. And by that, I mean Wolverine, because this is, you know, really awesome. I have Osiris gear. I do not have any dodge on my gun, hence the reason why I think Wolverine would be better. And if I did that, so I would move the Eye of Osiris over to Wolverine, and he's got a bunch of Hydra gear that is nanoed. I'd move that to Spider-Man, and then my, as you saw at the beginning, my Scarlet Witch has Rise of the East. Steampunk, I do have a lot of Steampunk, but given the fact that my Hydra gear is already developed to the point it is, I think I'd get more bang for the buck out of it if I moved it over Spider-Man, which would put my Spider-Man over 2 million, which 2 million Spider-Man, given the right stats, can do a lot. And my Spider-Man has great cards. Well, maybe we'll go take a look at them afterwards, but that's basically the state of my account. That's basically what is in my mind that I want to do going forward. Again, though, caveat that with the fact that I need to know that this game is going to be here by Christmas. I'm not spending on Black Friday. I'm not, because I just feel like I'm not getting anything out of it. Like, so I'll just play my Widow until I get enough gold, which it's going to take me about 80 million gold to switch everything over to my Wolverine. Because if we go look at my cards, like, my cards are awesome, right? It's got the 2 PvP cards, it's got the vet card, I got a crit damage card, I got 2 attack cards. Like, and my stats on my gear and my badges is perfectly suited to Wolverine as well. But to get these exclusives to roll back to what they need to be, like defense pierce, like this, it could take me 20 million gold just to roll one exclusive, right? To get this one defense pierce over on Wolverine. This one has to be, because to get the PvP stats, this has to roll to PvP damage decrease. This one has to be probably defense pierce. So Wolverine's got a lot of defense pierce, so maybe he doesn't need all that defense pierce. But all these PvP stats have to be this increase. This one was decrease. We just looked at that one. Decrease, and I think decrease, right? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 cards that have a PvP stat exclusive that has to roll to that exclusive for me to cap out on my PvP stats on Wolverine. And then I think he does have more defense pierce in his spec tree and in his whatever they're called, you know, the talent trees, potentials. I think he has more native defense pierce than Black Widow. So if he was close to, if not capped, way over capped on defense pierce, obviously I would want to roll this to like a cooldown decrease. Although I probably don't have to, given all the cooldown on my gear and my badges, especially the Thanos badges. But then I would want this like HP recovery for Wolverine. So it could cost me all my load. I could blow my load completely on this PvP card set. Like this probably, maybe if I got lucky, 1 card, right? 11 mil. Let's just say I need 15 mil per card. So what's that? 90 million. And then I got my PvE cards. Because Alliance Raid is a thing. I would want my Wolverine to, since he's got all my best stuff, to do the biggest damage he could in Alliance Raid. So now I gotta roll 1, 2. This card's the same card. This card is also the same card. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's another 60 million. So I need roughly 150 million gold to transmute all my cards over in one pop, and then not including the gear too. Let's just say 150 million gold, which makes me sick. And then gold, it does not come easily in this game. Like, it doesn't. It does not. One other thing I did was I did be just through rolling Groot. I haven't spent any money on Groot. I'm not going to enhance your skill. Let me see. How close is she to enhancing her skill? Close. All right, close. But Groot, I did manage to get his 2nd level of Transcendence. Now, since the wheel's going away, is it possible to get another 70 shards? Yes. But I think I'm just going to go like this. Let's see what we get. A green. Let's take it. Boom. There we go. Blue and green. Okay. I did get 1 more star on my Baby Groot. So my Baby Groot, without spending any money, I got him to Transcended 6 stars with 2 Transcendent stars. So 2 red stars. So net marble, that was good. Every companion release now should be like this. If we're going to get more companions, which, why we didn't get 2 more, I don't want to get into it. So as you see, you know, I got, if we're looking at my companions, I only got 3 that are not viable for Alliance Raid that are still 2 stars. I got a lot of Training Grounds tickets that I'm going to roll tonight. I'm going to farm Training Grounds overnight. Maybe I'll be able to crunch them up because all of my commons are now 6-star. So let's just go on a journey. You guys feel free. That's pretty much it. That's the state of my account. If you want to click off, cool. Thanks for coming. I appreciate you. I actually appreciate every single view I get on my videos. And I do want to look at Wolverine because, like, I have been thinking about this in my head that I do want to get off of Black Widow because, yes, I love her, but for PvP wise, I got 3 better options. So Wolverine, he's in an okay place now. He's 2 million. As you see, this is the Hydra gear that would move over to my Spider-Man. Obviously, I'd want to have another 1 or 2 rolls of dodge on here. But some of these stats aren't bad. Like, this isn't bad. Crit damage, crit rate, attack. Obviously, I would want 2 accuracy, but it does have an accuracy to crit damage, right? So I wouldn't be too in a rush to change the stats on all this stuff. I think these suck too. No, Ultimate Gauge kind of sucks for Spider-Man. So, this is the ideal badge comp. You can't really see it, but these obviously would go over to Spider-Man, right? This is a DD build, DD badge set that I'm running. So actually, let's just move it. So if you watch Kiger's video on best badges, this is considered the best Dimension Duel badge set in the game. Obviously, I would need all the cores to be the right colors, but that's not that big of a deal. Obviously, those would go over to Spider-Man along with the gear. So then Spider-Man would be about 2 million with decent stuff. But then also, guys, remember when I was talking about gold to transmute all those cards over to Wolverine, I also got to take his cards and put them over on my Black Widow. And he's got good cards. Like, he's got both of the PvP cards. He's got the cooldown card, and then he's got 2 attack cards, and obviously I don't have a crit damage special card. But I'm probably going to pull one of those eventually. For now, this will have to do the trick. You know, it's rarity 5, so it's a good card. It's just not a special card. So keep in mind, I would have to roll all of these over to Black Widow, but then I wouldn't be so concerned about rolling the exclusives, right? And then if we look at PvE, what he's rocking another defense pierce, and then this Scarlet Witch super villain damage card. But so not a big change in PvE versus PvP on him. So Black Widow stuff all going to Wolverine. Wolverine's badges and gear going over to Spider-Man. His cards going over to Black Widow. And then if we look at my Spider-Man, who's 1.627 million power, he can just keep his cards. Although I am tempted, because those 2 PvP cards are nice. He's got 1, right? He's got the 1. And then he's got the 2 magic cards, which aren't horrible. Obviously, they would need some tweaking, right? Some tweaking. But say he had the Storm card, which would replace this defense pierce. So then you'd have the 2 PvP cards, which you know, when you think about it, if he's my second biggest character, Black Widow doesn't need that Storm card. He would have the 2 PvP cards. He's already got a 6-star. These are all 6-star already. I'm going to do Star-Lord next. But these are 2 attack cards. Ideally, he would want the 2 PvPs. He would. These are nice because when he does get hit, it's decreasing the damage. And then a crit damage card. Although crit damage isn't... No, I lie. Crit damage is important on Spider-Man. So ideally, get this one. You know, I need more crit damage cards. But what else was I thinking? His gear, which is Sakaar gear, that gear would go to Black Widow. So then Black Widow would be knocked down hard because she'd be going from nano gear to 5-star gear. And then these badges would go over to Black Widow, which they're all special badges, but they are definitely not idealized. Because I think Wolverine, Spider-Man, and Black Widow as my top 3, no-brainer, right? That is an absolute no-brainer. So yeah, I think Spider-Man would need that Storm card. So again, that's gold. So now we're up to 200 million gold. I need 200 million gold, which I can't even buy, because the price 1,000 crystals per 1.5 million gold is insane. That is stupid. And they don't give you a good way. I farm overnight and I only get about 500,000 gold. Scarlet Witch, who is going to be the proud recipient of the Wolverine box, the Adamantium box selector, because I want her in full Rise of the East. Right. She does not have awesome cards. I don't think. I think she's still got some PvP cards. No, she's got one special card. So these cards kind of suck. So, that being said, Black Widow cards to Wolverine, Wolverine cards not to Black Widow, to Scarlet Witch, Scarlet Witch cards to Black Widow. Now we're looking at 250 million gold. Oh, they don't make this easy. This is her gear right now, so it's obviously just 5-star Rise of the East. And I'm missing the feet. This is a Dark Domain. So she's going to get a 6-star feet piece from the Wolverine 7-week selector. Yeah. I know she's good, but yeah, I'd rather play Wolverine than Scarlet Witch. But I would like her more beefy for other stuff. But yeah, I guess yeah, we're 27 minutes in, gents and ladies. So that's my count. That's what I could do with my account. Man, if I was still spending money, but I do have to make a video. I think here I could make it now because I don't see myself spending any more money on this game other than minimal purchases. Going over exactly how much. I have a whole video plan. I want to go over how much I've spent per month tied to power increases, since I have through these videos, this segment, in the title I always put, and in the description I always put the power levels of my characters. I would like to tie the power increase per month on all my characters with amount of money spent. I think that would be really interesting. The reason why I pulled up my Storm is because she's got a full set of steampunk, even though it's all 4-star. And if you look at her gear, she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of steampunk fodder, and these pieces actually are not bad. I picked the best ones. So crit rate, defense, pierce, crit rate, accuracy. Obviously, these can roll 2 more times. Crit damage decrease ×2. Stam recovery, ultimate recovery. Right. Obviously, you still need cooldown, but these other ones kind of are poo-poo. Right. Status effect accuracy, boo. Status effect accuracy, boo. Dodge, 3 dodge. Can you imagine if steampunk was good on Spider-Man? That'd be perfect. It'd be perfectly set up. But you know how long it would take me to start working on this gear versus just giving Spider-Man my Nano Hydra gear already? Right? Doesn't make any sense. This gear is not getting touched forever, because if you figure, if I max out Eyes of Osiris on Wolverine or Black Widow, I'm going to want to move over to Scarlet Witch and 6-star all her Rise of the East, and then come back to this. That's going to take forever, especially since I'm not spending any more money. So, the whole reason why Steampunk is on her is because it's best in slot, but I want that gear to go over to my Captain America to help him. So much stuff I'd want to do, so much stuff I can't do, because will this game survive after Christmas? Don't know. She's so pretty too. I finally got the good pants, dragon tattoo pants and coat. Like, she's badass, man, even though she got nerfed to the ground. So I think we're going to end it there. It's a 30-minute video. Remember, what is it? On with the show or something like that is the phrase of the day. Put it down in the description. I'll know that you guys paid attention. Yeah, let's see what happens this week. Sorry that I haven't put out any like PvP videos, any like gameplay videos. To be blunt, what's the point? You know, there's nothing new in game. There's a million videos out there covering everything that can be done in game. There's nothing new. So this is new for me. Plus, this is how I started my whole YouTube channel on a different game, was this video segment, and this is how it will end, but not today, hopefully. Till next time, guys. Later. Cheers. Peace. Thank you for watching. I do actually really appreciate you. I still love this game, like everybody else says, but it's not the game's fault. Well, it is, kinda, but it's mostly somebody else's fault. Till next time, guys. Cheers. Peace. Bye bye.